it's an incredible story. We have a blog post about it, on our website. You can find that, and the customer found these. Unfortunately, had their house burned down, with like the whole neighborhood did, and they went back to sort of sift through the rubble to see what they could salvage out of the place. Well, pretty much the only thing that survived the fire was these like all steel and iron parts on their adjustable dumbbells, right? And so the paint had been literally like burned off. They were just in a pile of ashes, where they took them and cleaned them all up, and they were trying to refurbish them, and they actually still worked. Like they still functioned. It was incredible. They had other pieces of gym equipment that made out of tubular steel and all that actually was so hot in there that it all warped and sort of like bent, and it was not usable anymore. Couldn't salvage that. But our quick lock stuff is just like, I dare to say, indestructible. So it's and you show the pictures, you'll see this particular individual decided he was so impressed with how these things looked, he decided to not even try to repaint them and make them look like new again. He just was kind of keeping them in their raw iron and steel form, and they still totally work. And that was really, it was really motivating to see that you're going to have these things for as long as you want to train,
Yeah, even if your house gets burnt down.
Yeah.
But I've still got ones. They would have been in the first batch that I might have even air freighted those over 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They've been sitting on my back veranda, open to the elements. It's covered but open to the elements for my son's at least 15 years now. So they're rusted. They're I don't really use them that much at home these days. I sort of do all my training at work.
Mm-hmm.
But I can go out there. I might need to give them a bit of a tap to loosen the screw off. But once I do, they start working. And yep, they've got the the Venice Beach patina finish on them. So
it's like an old tractor. You might find at some farm where it's been sitting for 20 years, and you can actually go put some fresh gas in it and actually start it up, and run, and it'll still work. It's kind of that same philosophy of manufacturing as the old school, ideas. So I love that.
And that's the reason why I've still got them sitting there, because they take up so little room. I've got the 2 kettlebell handles, that and a skipping rope. If during COVID, I've always got my backup, or, depending if I'm really busy and, just miss training at work, I've always got them there that I can still do a quick workout. And, that's what, it's, I can't think of another piece of equipment that's that compact that you could leave outside that would just keep going like that. So,
I have during the summer months, because, I live up in the Northwest Seattle area, and it's snowing outside right now. But, in the summer months, I like to go train outdoors, like you do.
Yeah.
And do the kettlebell training for sure, some dumbbell training, and just drop it on the lawn, and just keep and work out there. You're barefoot, you can feel the earth under you, you really feel connected, you're training hard, but you also feel like, if your neighbors happen to see what you're doing, even better, so doing farmer carries out in the neighborhood, walking up and down the street, and I've done all that kind of stuff. And it's, having equipment that you can do that with is great. And it's portable, and a lot of what the adjustable dumbbells and kettlebell are. We have people that buy them, and they sort of have like a lifestyle where they travel around a lot. They drive truck, or they move around from place to place, and they can take all their stuff with them. You can do so much with just a really good quality adjustable weights, right? And of course, it's awesome to have a huge, gigantic rack and leg press machine and all those kind of things if you can outfit your home gym with it. But dollar for dollar and for space efficiency, nothing can compare to having like adjustable weights, especially ones where you can like expand them and keep adding on some new new kind of elements like the kettlebell handle and things like that, you can do 80% of anything that you're going to need for strength training,